Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight, we are continuing with Animorphs number 4, The Message by K.A. Applegate. There were a dozen Taxxons in the water, 5 of us, swimming in a straight line. The Taxxons were faster. But as we soon discovered, we were more maneuverable. Pick a target, Jake said tersely. I focused on one of the big worms, but I had to force myself into the fight. This was not a shark, and the dolphin's instinctive dislike of sharks was not there to prod me. I had to find the will to fight in my own human mind. It's not such an easy thing. I had fought the Urks to preserve human freedom. Now I fought to help the entire world. Still, fighting doesn't come naturally to me. And yet, I knew what I had to do. The Urks would show no mercy. If the Taxxons won, we would be killed. Or worse. I powered toward one of the Taxxons as he powered toward me. We were like two trains running on the same track, head to head. At the last possible second, with the gaping red mouth of the Taxxon just a foot away, I zoomed sideways, arched my back, and rammed the Taxxon's side. I expected it to be like the shark, hard, tough, unyielding. It was not. It was like hitting a soggy paper bag with a sledgehammer. The Taxxon burst like a dropped watermelon. Ugh! I wanted to throw up. I beat the water with my tail and recoiled from the horrible scene I had created. All around me, the battle raged. Dolphin against Taxxon, and X's shark against Taxxon. Scientists believe that sharks are one of the oldest species of animals still in existence. Nature built them as perfect predators, perfect killing machines. Nature hasn't had to revise or update them much. They were built right the first time. Dolphins are very different. Scientists say that millions of years ago, dolphins were land animals. Sea mammals not very different from humans and other mammals. They evolved their way back into the ocean. Part of that evolution included learning to cope with predators, with killer whales and sharks. I don't know what sea the taxon race evolved in. I don't know what natural predators they faced there. But they were not ready for this ocean. They were not ready to go one-on-one with the masters of Earth's deep seas. They were no match for dolphin or shark. Okay, let's get out of here, Jake ordered. They've had enough. Not so tough, are they? Rachel asked, trying to sound tough herself, but she seemed shaky to me. I shot to the surface and filled my lungs with warm evening air. The sun was dropping toward the horizon. Two ships were close by and steaming in our direction. But far worse was the blade ship, which hovered now just 100 yards up in the air. We can't waste any more time, Marco said. The plan was to head back for one of those little channel islands, unmorph, rest, and then take the rest of the distance. But even the island is almost 2 hours away at top speed. We have to make a run for it, or we'll have to choose between being trapped in morph or drowning. And that's not a great choice. You're right, Marco, Jake said. Top speed for the nearest island. How do you tell time? Ax asked. Sometimes we carry a watch. Sometimes, like now, we just have to guess and hope for the best. Oh, with your permission, I will keep track of the time. You have a watch? No, but I have the ability to keep track of time, Hack said. Good enough, Marco said. How much time left? We have been in Morph for approximately 30% of the save time. 30%? I tried to think. Math was never my best subject. And it's hard to be mathematical when you've just come from a battle and are scared half to death. That would be about 36 minutes, which means we have an hour and 24 minutes left. Vroomf! I heard a huge concussion behind me, like something had dropped a big truck in the water. What was that? Marco wondered. Something hit the water, I said. Something big. Woomph, woomph, woomph. Okay, now what is that? Rachel asked. I rose to the surface to breathe and look around. The two surface ships were still closing in. Well, they were not very fast, and they were not gaining on us. The blade ship had disappeared. I scanned the sky in all directions, but I couldn't see it. Does anyone see the blade ship? I asked. No, but that doesn't mean it isn't still nearby, Jake said. It may have recloaked. Whoomp, whoomp, whoomp. What is that? Whatever it is, it's getting closer, I said. Suddenly, I remembered that I was not limited to the usual human senses. I fired off a rapid series of echolocating clicks. The picture that came back was startling. It's something in the water. Big, huge, the size of a whale, but not moving like a whale. Jake, Marco, and Rachel all echolocated. It's after us, whatever it is, Rachel said. It's big, it's fast, and it's after us. Marco agreed. Woomph, woomph, woomph. I rose to breathe again and looked back. At that moment, I saw far behind me a huge, dark, red, almost purple hump over the water. It seemed to be covered with hundreds of small fish tails, all beating frantically. I went under. Axe, there's something back there. I don't think it's from Earth. I described it to him, at least what I had seen of it. Mardrut. Mardrut? What does that mean? Mardrut is a beast that lives in the oceans of one of our own Andalite moons. To think of that filthy jerk scum on our own moon, acquiring our animals. Axe, look, what is a Mardrut? I asked him. It is a very large creature that swims by shooting water out of 3 large chambers. It makes a sound, whoomp, whoomp, whoomp. A sound like that? Marco asked. Yes, Axe said. I guess so. I did not recognize it. I have only heard it once, and that was in school. And I wasn't paying it, and and I wasn't paying attention. It almost made me laugh. The image of an Andalite classroom where Andalite students zoned out on the lesson just like we did. But it really wasn't a good time for laughing. Woomph, woomph, woomph. But this is no true Mardrut, Axe said. No, Jake agreed. Then you know who and what is chasing us? Axe seemed surprised. You understand that this is Vischer 3 Animorph? We've met before, Rachel said tersely. You have fought Vischer 3? And you still live? That definitely surprised the Andalite. I honor you. Yeah, well, thanks, Marco said dryly. But I trade the honor for a good outboard engine so I could outrun that evil creep. Woomph, woomph, woomph. And that's the end of the chapter. And I think that was very bad creature sound effects. I hope that sounded threatening to you. It was fun to make. Don't know how well it turned out for you, the viewer. If that was like, hey, that's great, or stop that, Jash, don't. And when I got to the part of Axe talking about being in the classroom and not paying attention, I was trying to make it, those stuttering at the end there, at the end of that sentence, was on purpose. I wanted to sort of get through the whole, Axe is really fucking embarrassed. He's scared, then he's angry about Vischer 3 going to one of his moons, and then he's also, Axe is not wanting to admit this fault of his to the others, because it's like, at this point of his character development, he's like, these are fucking humans. I can't embarrass myself in front of those people. I can't say that I don't really keep up my studies, which is honestly what makes Axe so fucking relatable. Just like, unless you were a perfect student that paid attention all the time, you could really relate to this part of Axe, because there were days when you're just like, okay, my mind's totally not focused on class. I'm going to doodle in the margins. In math class, that's a perfect time for doodling. Yeah. And finally, about the taxons, and when Cassie makes the remark about the taxon oceans, well, without giving away a big spoiler, the taxon planet has gone through some changes, although those changes might merely be headcanons of me and a few other people. Because it could be that, yeah, we'll get more to that in the Andalite Chronicles, because when we get to that book, we'll actually be visiting the Taxxon homeworld for a little bit, and then I am probably going to have a little rant sometime during that book, because I really wanted a Taxxon Chronicles. I really wanted that. Really, 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 and unfortunately that wasn't a book that ever was made. Damn it! So, if you would like to talk about this chapter with me, comment down below. And remember, no big spoilers, because I would love for people that don't really know the series to really get into the series by these videos. which means, don't want to spoil big twists and turns. Okay, for better or worse, you need to discover these things on your own. But if you do want to talk spoilers with me and you're watching on the YouTubes, link in the description to my Tumblr Ask Box. And please, 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 don't feel afraid to talk Animorphs with me. And if you are one of those people that came to watch this video and you're like, hey, Animorphs number 4, the message seems really fucking awesome, and you would like a lovely copy all for yourself, if you are watching on the YouTubes, link in the description. If you are watching on my bloggity blog, link down below, and you can, with those links, you can buy your very own copy of Animorphs number 4, The Message by K.A. Applegate. And hey, if you watch this video and you're like, hey, I would love it if Jashikins did a dramatic reading of my book or fanfic, if you're watching on the YouTubes, link in the description. If you are watching on my blog, link up above. And that link takes you to a post where you can see what I do, what I don't do, and my prices. Woot, woot, yay! And if you are watching this on the YouTubes, please like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more glorious content. And if you're watching this on my blog and watching on the desktop version of my blog, please go to the follow by email option so you'll never miss one of my blog posts ever again. Yay! Okay, I've got those things done. So, the real life segment. So, earlier tonight, I walked to the dumpster to throw away a little box. Just, I don't like them gathering, and so they become a little bit of a problem when I have to take the trash out and the boxes. So I just took the box out, threw it away, and when I came back, there was like a little possum walking around, and I was just like, hi, and then it looks at me and I was like, hightails it away from me. Yeah. That sort of made me feel like, wow, I'm not rich, am I? I walk to the dumpster late at night, and I come back and I see a possum. And oh god, it was a little cutie because mainly it kept its distance. I'm of the mind that no matter how harmless a creature is, I stay away from it because nature isn't this happy, cuddly thing, and animals don't always know you don't mean them harm. So it's like you just keep the distance. And if the animal is kind enough and it comes up to you, that's a totally different matter. But you just don't go up and like, oh, this is a cute animal, I want to pet it, and go to pet and expect things to happen, good things to happen. I mean, I was at Disney one time, and these people were kept on walking towards this mother duck and her little ducklets, and like, oh, we need to get close and take a picture of it, and it's like, no, because I was sort of surprised the mother duck didn't just kick their asses because she was feeling threatened, and when animals feel threatened, they don't go, oh, these are good humans, they're just being annoying. They just see threat, kick ass. So, yeah, now for the hopeful wishes segment. I say some hopeful wishes, and I drink some sake, though tonight I'm going for coffee because I need energy to keep this place tip-top, or at least tippy. So you can participate in this segment in two ways. The first is you can drink along with me. Choose your favorite alcohol, liqueur, or whatever the fuck's lying around. And if you don't drink for whatever reason, I'm drinking coffee. You can go for the coffee, or tea, or milk, or whatever. The second way you can participate is you can submit your own hopeful wishes. Just comment below on this video, and next episode I will say your hopeful wishes. Today, no one has sent in any hopeful wishes, so here I am, making up some of my own again. So, like I have authority, bullshit. Anyways, I hope everyone is doing well both mentally and physically, because none of us needs to deal with any medical bullshit. And I hope the chaos around here settles down into the normal chaos. I hope Prisoner's surgery goes well and recovery is quick and speedy and everything goes well. So if you can keep him in your thoughts, and for those of you who are religious or spiritual, please keep him in your prayers. We can get all the help we can get. So yeah. Okay, let's drink some. What? Oh yeah. Okay. The next episode will be more of Animorphs number 4, The Message by Kay Applegate, and it will air shortly. Just give me a few resting moments. Okay, and until next video, goodbye.